Today, at the end of the training, you should be able to capture customer's email, phone number, and birthday, and be able to track redemptions. So like I said, today you're gonna need the ManyChat Pro account. It's $10 only per month. Just go to ManyChat, sign up, and purchase the Pro account. Or you can just watch along and see if you can do this and before you go ahead and purchase that Pro account. So there's going to be two parts. One is capturing the email, phone and number and birthday, and the second part is tracking redemptions. So let's look at part one. Okay, let's take a step back of what we've done over the last 2 days before I go ahead and introduce additional concepts. So we have the Facebook ad here, which we already set up in day one. You already set up targeting, so you are already showing this to people. You're showing your birthday deal, your birthday offer to people who are celebrating their birthday. So that's done. The second part that you did was connecting this ad to a comment growth tool so that anyone who comments on the ad gets an automated opt-in message in Messenger. So this is a Facebook page, and this is what's happening in Messenger. So we've done that. And also in day two, we send out the free birthday dinner coupon. So once they sign up, they opt in, you send them the birthday dinner coupon. So that's done. So when we capture their information, it's actually here. Before you send out the coupon, ask for their information so that they're incentivized to provide that information before they receive the coupon. And then after that is when you set up for redemption, which is this part. So I hope you're getting this. We will work on this part. Before you send a birthday dinner coupon, ask for their information. Okay, so we're doing birthday, email, and phone. Let's do birthday first. So with birthday, you're going to need to use a user input field. So user input is a pro feature, so you need a pro account to do that. Create a user input field and then save this to a text field. You can call it birthday or something else. But I use a text field. So I used to use a number field. So I know that it's their birthday. For example, I'm doing birthdays this month and I want to capture like which day is their birthday. For example, December 20. I used to use a number field, but people were responding with their entire birthday. They were responding, today's my birthday, or my birthday is December 20. So they're responding because it's human to respond that way. So I decided to change this to a text field instead of a number field. Okay, I hope you got that. You can experiment, you can test. If you use a number field, is that better for you? Is that a better user experience? Or if a text field is a better user experience? The thing with some fields, if you are, for example, if they enter wrong information, if you're asking them for a number and they enter text information, the bot is going to send them an automated message saying that they've entered data incorrectly. And then if they keep typing like text information into a number field, they'll keep on getting that error message, which can be annoying. That's why, and it's a poor user experience. So that's why I switched to a text field. Okay, so now that you know how to create a user input field, we can move on to the phone. phone. So it's similar to the birthday field. You still need to use a user input field. And then you ask for their phone number. And you're going to use the reply type phone. And in order for you to be able to send to them SMS messages through ManyChat, they need to be opted in. So you need to turn this on. Okay. So that's a new feature actually. Okay. Got it. The rest of it is similar to the birthday field. It's going to check if it's a correct phone number. If it's an incorrect phone number, this is the message that the bot is going to send out. So it's going to send out, please enter a correct phone number until they enter a correctly formatted input. So there's also the skip button text here. So this is if you want the field to be optional. In this case, we don't want the field to be optional. So you want to remove whatever was here. I think it was the no skip button. So whatever's entered here, if something's entered here, they can skip it. Or I think you can set it to skip if you want it to be optional. In this case, just remove whatever is in there so that this becomes a required field. All right. The other thing is if you already have a phone custom field, or it's also called a CUF or a custom user field, you can save the phone number which is saved to the system field, which is ManyChat's fields that you don't have access to your own custom field which you'll have access to. So you can save that to your own field. And this is automatically turned on if you turn this on. And then I also like to track what's their birth month, so that it's easier later to filter people according to their birth month. So that's the other thing that I like to do. So I set the birth month field. So I create a birth month field and I set it to, for example, this month is December, so that's set to 12. So I hope this is not too complicated. There's a few concepts that's been introduced here. I'm just gonna go through them once again. So you need to turn on the opt-in to SMS so that you can send out SMS messages later through ManyChat. And whatever they enter is saved to the system field, which is ManyChat's fields, set of fields that you won't be able to edit. Actually, yes, you can edit it. Sorry, but yeah, there's a difference between system field and your own fields. So system fields are standard fields defined by ManyChat. The other feature is skip versus no skip, or optional versus required field. So you can manipulate that using this part here. And if you are using any phone fields right now as a custom user field, you can save the phone number that is saved to the system field to your own custom user fields or CUFs. And you can do other data saves in here. So basically what's going to happen is once they enter their phone number, everything here is going to be triggered. Okay, so that's for phone. Let's move on to email. For email, it's the same. The difference is you are using a reply type email. So they are forced to enter a correctly formatted entry in order to pass and finish this step. So once they've entered an email, this is saved to the system field similar to the phone, and you can save it to your email custom user field if you're using one. And this is also automatically turned on when you turn this on. And this is actually the last input that's required of them before you send the birthday coupon. So once that's done, once they've entered everything correctly, I also like to tag them according to their birth month. If they opted in this month, I tag them with December. And at this point, once the entry clears, I also like to send everything to Google Sheets. And Google Sheets, I'm going to cover it in the next part. So basically, you want to save all that information into a Google Sheet, the customer information to a Google Sheet so that you can use it later if you're using custom audiences, although there is a custom audience feature already in ManyChat. Maybe you're using it for another email service, so you can use that, or another SMS service, you can use that data later. Okay, Google Sheets. If you're just signing up to a ManyChat Pro account, you can set up Google Sheet integration by going to Settings and then Integration. So on the left-hand side of the dashboard, at the bottom, you're going to see Settings. So just click on Settings, and that should bring up like a whole menu. And then on the upper line, you'll see some selections there. So choose integrations, and one of them would be Google Sheets. So basically, you're going to have to connect your ManyChat account to your Google account and allow ManyChat to access your Google account. So once you're done, everything should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's go back. So at this step, I like to send all that information to Google Sheets. So when you click on Insert Row, it's going to bring up this window where you select the spreadsheet that you want to send the data to. Which worksheet within that spreadsheet do you want to send the data to? In this case, I have a spreadsheet, and I have a worksheet called Subscribers. And in that Subscribers worksheet, I already have some columns inside that worksheet for the customer's name, email, birth month, birthday, their phone, when they subscribe to ManyChat or Messenger, and their user ID. So all this information is going to be coming from ManyChat. I just enter the field name here that matches the column in the Google worksheet. So full name goes to customer's name, email goes to the email column, the birth month goes to the birth month column, the birthday goes to the birthday column, phone, when they subscribe, and the user ID go to the relevant columns. So yeah, once you've saved this, that's basically it. You're already sending that data to Google Sheets. Okay, so I hope you've been able to follow along. I know if you already been around ManyChat, if you've been playing with ManyChat, that would have been very easy for you. If you're pretty new, that's actually a lot of concepts in part 1. You've learned about user input, you've learned about using optional fields and skipping fields. You've learned about opting into SMS and email, which is a new feature, relatively new feature. You learn about system fields and customer user fields. You know, if you're going to the Facebook groups about ManyChat, you may be seeing people typing CUF. That's actually custom user fields, which are fields about your audience. So at the audience, for each person in your audience, there would be fields that you want to associate with your subscriber, like phone, email, birthday. And you've also learned about tags, and you've learned about Google Sheet integration. So part 1 of day 3, if you're not quite familiar with ManyChat, that's a lot to take in. You might need to rewatch this video and do it yourself once you have a ManyChat Pro account. Once you practice, it's going to be easy, and it gets easier and easier. Now, if you have been using ManyChat and you've been using ManyChat before they introduced the opt-in to SMS / email, you can actually get your subscribers who haven't opted in yet. So people who haven't opted in before they introduced this feature, in your account, you can actually see there will be a message from ManyChat which you can click, and it will bring up broadcasting, and there's a template that they made for you where you can just follow along so that you can encourage those people to opt in. So that's an option for you later on to send birthday reminders through SMS and email. So check that out.